The Guardian was watching the stairway. Is Black Frost up there?
Yes. This stairway leads to his palace. Once we go up there, there will be no turning back.
What do you mean, no turning back?
Black Frost is a powerful being. More powerful than you could possibly imagine. His magic allows him to defy the very laws of space and time. At the top of these steps, you will not truly be in the palace of an ancient elf city. This place is everywhere and nowhere all at once, but it is also his point of entry into the Worldheart. Once inside, it will be impossible for us to return here without using magic so powerful that I'm afraid it exceeds even my current abilities.
What's waiting for us up there?
Expect the unexpected. Black Frost is wicked and a coward. He will do everything in his power to avoid a fight that is honorable. His favorite thing in the world is to play with the minds of his adversaries. He will try to affect your thoughts or those of your companions.
Ready to take your revenge?
Yes. I have a score to settle with Black Frost, but there is more at stake than just revenge. My experiences with you have opened my eyes to new perspectives. We cannot allow the Ice Lords to be victorious. If we cross paths with Black Frost along the way, that will simply be an agreeable coincidence. Give me a sign when you are ready.
Black Frost's palace is at the top of these steps. It may get a little rough up there. Are you sure you want to come?
Of course I do. Stop babying me. You will need all of us, including me.
Any idea what's waiting for us up there?
I can't be certain. Very few people who have entered the palace of an Ice Lord have ever escaped to talk about it. But I did hear a story about a man who claimed to have escaped from the palace of the Ice Duchess. He said the palace was not even in Vertial, that it floated in a limbo somewhere outside the world. That's probably why he traveled more than 1,000 leagues between escaping the palace and reaching safe ground. Yet only 2 days had passed.
And you think his story can be trusted?
It sounded true. And if it is, then it's possible that we won't be able to come back once we've climbed these stairs.
We're finally gonna meet an Ice Lord. How do you feel? Scared? Excited?
A little of both, surely. It's so incredible. I would love to be able to interrogate him, to understand his motivations, what drove him to reduce our world to a pile of ice.
I'm sure he'll tell you all about it.
I know there's little chance of that, but still, I would really like to be able to understand what drives someone to become a monster.
Let's just try and beat this monster. As for the rest of it...
I'm ready. Just say the word.
Do you know what's at the top of those steps?
But of course. My great age has not left me blind. It is the palace of Lord Blackfrost. At least that's what they call it now. Until quite recently, by my standards, it was named after its architect. A certain Kubler? Bakul? I can't remember for the moment, but in any case. This architect created the palace for the elves a couple of 1,000 years ago. I suspect he'd be most upset to see what they've done with the place. This Blackfrost fellow tore down one end of the building to build his home, and the rest of it is hanging over into the astral plane. Bulkarel! That was his name. This was Bulkarel Palace.
Is it dangerous?
Dangerous? Well, for mortals, obviously. But since it's been a few hundred years since I set foot in the astral plane, I suppose it could be an interesting distraction.
The knight hopes that he will not be left behind in the fight with the concubines.
I have other things to do right now, but I'll come back and get you. Don't worry.
The knight will wait for as long as he must.
I'll leave you. It's time to take care of Black Frost.
If you're certain you've taken care of your affairs here, I can see no reason to delay the inevitable any further.
We've waited long enough. All his defenses are down. The concubines are dead. We need to strike now before he has time to react.
So be it. Let's do it.
My new protege. So happy you could make it. You took your time about it, but I can see that you've made some real progress. Yes, you have.
Yeah, well, your concubines won't be progressing anywhere ever. From now on, you're on your own, and there's no escape.
Well, that was never my intention. I am in my realm here. You and your companions are my guests. Oh, it seems that you too have lost some friends along the way. How very sad. More than most, I know how fragile a friendly alliance can be. Isn't that so, White Lady? Yet it seems destiny has reunited us once again. Oh, what a delicious irony.
I'll be savoring the delicious irony of your protege humiliating and destroying you right before my eyes. Now you know why I'm here.
My dear lady, it is useless to lie to me, and you know it. You are here because you want the same thing I do. For the moment, you do not have the power, but I know that you will leap for it at the slightest opportunity. I have missed you, you know. Once I have extracted what interests me from the corpse of your friend, I will make you my new #1 concubine. But don't you worry. Crystal and the Ice Duchess will be joining you very soon. Not even Black Storm will dare to oppose me now.
Look, I've about had it with both of you monsters. Black Frost, sorry, but the time has come for me to shut you up for good.
And it is I who will extract what belongs to me from thy dead carcass.
Very well. In 6,000 years of existence, I don't think I've ever had a day quite as interesting as this one. Vulcan, my dear, this was a fight that deserves to be included in the history books, and I will make certain that it is. You may count on me to tell future generations about your exploits, if there is a future, that is. But that, of course, will depend on you.
That fears me not. I must return to the Worldheart.
Clearly, and that is precisely why we are here. Each Ice Lord possesses the means to gain access to the Worldheart from his or her own palace. It would doubtless be prudent to borrow this one before the other Ice Lords have time to react. I would have loved to accompany you, but I fear your destiny is to continue alone. The Worldheart obeys neither the same rules nor the same magic as does the rest of Vertial. What you find there will be exactly what you bring.
I have need of no one.
Fine. Well, good luck to you.
You are come,
I said I would come.
but thou hast taken thy time. When thou didst flee, leaving me here at the mercy of these sorcerers, what did thou think would become of me? Didst thou even take time to think? I did not lie to thee. I had no choice. I had to seize this chance to escape and find a way to fight back, lest we be enslaved here for all eternity. Eternity? Dost thou know how slow the hours pass when thou art the prey of 6 humans, consumed by their lust for power and vengeance? I know this as well as thee. Thou dost not. Thou knowest nothing. I too made use of the confusion. I riposted. I struck back at them, weakened them, but thou hast abandoned me to them. But now I am returned, and together we will crush them. It's true. Thou art returned.
you for help. How can you possibly believe you have what it takes to save all of Vertiel from the Ice Lords?
You should have saved the Red Scribes! Traitor! You were supposed to protect us! That was your contract!
The company could have been yours, but you preferred to take it by force. Condemn the freeborn blades through your pride and incompetence.
Captain?
The Knight fights for the survival of the humanity. Vulcan has forgotten how to be part of that. That's right. Run away, cowardly beast. You'll never think of any but yourself.
I thank you, monster. Without you, I would never have been able to kill this whore of a traitor.
I knew that thou wouldst allow these humans to corrupt thee.
A dragon. You summoned a dragon.
Ha! One of the few they were able to corrupt, and I turned it against them. Black Storm defeated it and imprisoned it here. It was trapped like me.
So now you turned it against me.
It is thee who has turned against me, abandoning me here, left to pay the price for each and all of thy errors in thy stead, whilst I did all I could to help thee to return. And so it is, I am come to the end of my strength. An empty shell o'ertaken with rot. I did not wish to harm thee, but I no longer am master of all that I do. Is that why thou hast killed my companions?
Is that why you killed my companions?
The visions? Speak rather to the human half, for that is who hath invoked them, with its fear and its regrets. Thy companions never traveled through the breach.
So it comes to this. You and me. It's time we ended this.
Ha! It is all I have awaited. Remove these accursed lances from me, and let the Worldheart become whole once more. The flame will burn bright and new, and the necromancers will be the first into the fire.
No, not yet. I can't decide for the moment. Not alone. Here we are. The Worldheart. I'm guessing that this is not the first time you've been here.
That is true. It is here that the White Lady was born. But that is of no importance. You are weak, inconsistent, hesitant. The Worldheart will overwhelm you and destroy.
But can't you help me? What should I do with these spears? Or the demon?
Each of these spears allows an Ice Lord to draw from the Worldheart. Without them, they are nothing. But alas, they are only a part of your problem. The Worldheart is exhausted. It needs energy if it is ever to beat again.
We're here, Ranval. This is the Worldheart.
The heart of the one who is just is often plagued with doubts, but it always speaks true at the last. When faced with the ultimate choice, the mercenary will remember her duty, and all will be resolved. The life of the knight has been spared by his friend. Now it is the fate of the world that is at stake. The faithful friend will remember her duty. The Ice Lords must perish.
So, this is what the Worldheart looks like?
Yes. Terrible and magnificent. Nothing that I ever read could have prepared me for this vision.
I just hope that in spite of everything, your knowledge can help me. Because I have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Faced with any kind of choice, it is impossible to be sure of making the right decision. No one can see all the consequences of their actions on the future. But what I can tell you is that the entity within you is a piece, a limb, torn from the Worldheart by its own will. By sending part of itself to Vertiel to inhabit a living body, it knew it would be protected until it was possible to get that part back. But while it was incarnate, the demon saw what we have done to the world, what terrible damage intelligent beings are capable of. Alas, I fear that now it wants to destroy everything, wipe the face of the world clean of our corruption, rather than risk that it should happen again. You came to rescue me, Even though it meant risking failure in your quest, I want to try to help you. I know you will do all that is in your power to save Vertiel. This world must be rid of the Ice Lords. You must destroy their link with the Worldheart. But beware of letting the demon return to the heart. He will destroy all who live. It will take us longer to rebuild the world without it, but we can do it.
The flame will burn bright anew, and the necromancers will be the first into the fire.
We don't need to go that far. All we need is to remove these spears, and the necromancers will be left powerless.
As powerless as when they enslaved the Worldheart? No, it will not suffice. They must be annihilated.
I'll track them down. The Deadwalkers will be gone, the survivors will have a chance, and Vertiel will be rebuilt, little by little.
Little by little? It would take centuries, nay, thousands of years for thy world to rebuild its energy. The Worldheart hath not been remade whole. Thou must permit me to rejoin with mine other half.
So that you can take over and burn Vertiel? No thanks. I am the most powerful being in the two worlds. I've got responsibilities.
Thou wouldst use me to reign over them, as did the necromancers. How long dost thou imagine that I shall allow thee to use me in this way?
I don't know, but you'd better get used to it. You were the one talking about centuries and thousands of years before our worlds can be rebuilt. And I plan on being right there to keep an eye on them. Meanwhile, let me enjoy this victory in silence. Do you mind?